Last Waltz, and
You involved with that?
yeah, and I was up in Woodstock with him. He and I formed a company, the RCO.
All-Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he got sick, and it fell apart.
Yeah.
I lost my shirt.
Did you really?
Yeah, he and I both. But we were well on our way, but something happened. Of course, now he's gradually coming back. In fact, he's playing tonight in California somewhere with the Muscle Shoals All-Stars.
Yeah. I've been in touch with Levon. That's he and I became fairly close, you know.
Oh yeah, well, just mention my name to him. We're very, very close. Have been for many years.
So you
in fact,
did?
I found the band.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, how'd that all come about?
I was the A&R director for Roulette Records when Ronnie Hawkins was there.
Yeah.
And I had recorded Ronnie. And Ronnie brought this group to the city, you know, like with him. This group turned out to be the band. And he was doing strict hard country stuff. And in between the tracks on his sessions, they asked me to do some things on them, you know, and that was the first time I had ever heard a white group play the blues like they played.
Yeah.
And I didn't figure that it was a market for it, but I recorded a lot of the things just for them, with Robbie and with the old fuzz box that he had and everything. I was amazed at how they could play, because I had, you know, a history of having been into the, you know, the blues market and everything. And in later years, they left Ronnie to form their own group, you know, their group, and I recorded them first under my label called Ware Records, and I called them the Canadian Squires. And they took this record that I had made with them, because I didn't become very active with that label, and got themselves going as the band.
Was that some of the stuff that wound up on Music from Big Pink?
No. They never re-recorded or released those things. In fact, I had a couple of them that were never released.
But that'd be interesting to hear that stuff, huh?
Yeah, they're intact too. I have them.
Boy, I'm surprised they have any talk about releasing that?
They before I went back with Levon and everything, they had Robbie had called me and said that they wanted to listen to them.
Yeah.
And I think it was just a matter of reminiscing and maybe making copies, but I sent them over to an attorney's office in the hands of the attorney's secretary, you know, and she was very nice about returning the tapes. They probably made copies, which I didn't care, you know.
So were you involved then with the band after that, when they got on Capitol Records? And
No, not on Capitol. Only when they were getting ready to actually, not, they didn't know they were going to bust up, but Levon wanted to leave.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was the only guy that wanted to stay together with him.
No. Levon, there was a little, you know, dissension there, growing hidden things that actually just broke the thing up. And problems that, they all had problems, but altogether it was a little rough to handle. But I was out there all during the time they did the waltz. In fact, between you and me and some people who really know, that the original thing was the idea of Levon and me to do that.
Is that right?
Yeah, to do a concert like that. Of course, we didn't have the money to do it like they did it. You know, like Bill Graham did it.
Yeah.
And
well, that sure turned out to be one fantastic event, I tell you.
Oh yeah, it was. The just to have been there was the.
Yeah, I bet.
Was a motion picture.
Yeah. How did you see Levon evolving from the time you first met him? Was he always been the great drummer that he is today?
He was a better drummer back than when I knew him.
You think so, yeah?
Yeah, I was very, very strict on drummers.
Yeah.
And Levon always said that he would like to play for me. Not the stuff that they were playing for Ronnie, but, you know, like me with the hard backbeats and everything that I was using on the rhythm and blues stuff.
Yeah.
And he and I hit it off right away, you know, like very, very friendly.
Yeah.
Out of all of them, Levon and I struck up a pretty nice friendship.
Yeah.
Very close. And he could play back in those days.
Yeah.
He was considered a very, very good drummer, in my estimation.
Yeah.
But of course, putting him up against some of these guys out here today, he just doesn't come up, you know.
Well, his style, he's got his definite...
Well, he had to stick to whatever the band was doing.
Yeah.
And that's what he was playing.
Yeah.
The only time he got a chance to jam or anything else is show off his talents. It would be whenever he'd be playing against, with, I saw Ringo sit in on the Last Waltz, you know. That, that made him play better than he would ordinarily play.
Yeah. He needs somebody to light the fire underneath.
Right.
Yeah. That's true, but yeah, a lot of times on his last, 2 or 3 records, he wasn't even playing drums a lot of times, you know, which was, he had guys like Roger Hawkins and his kid Owen Hale down there playing drums, and I was kind of sorry to hear that, you know, because he's always just been, within drummer circles, he's just really highly regarded, and for the stuff he did, people just really, a lot of guys say, oh man, he was a real big influence on my playing, or I loved the feel that he always had on the drums. And
Well, he was one of the few that had exposure. That's the main thing. You know, there were a lot of good drummers around, but Levon got quite an exposure by being with the band, playing for all of the different acts and things. He was probably seen more than any of them.
Yeah.
Because he played for more people than most of them did.
Yeah.
And he enjoyed playing for them. He tried to play whatever he thought that person would like. In fact, when we did the Muddy Waters thing.
That was great, man. That was the Woodstock album.
Yeah, I produced that. Did it in 2 sessions.
That's one of my all-time favorites.
And that company went out of business right after it, so they never did get a chance to actually distribute it and get it around and everything. He was probably sold pretty good. Now, he played good on that day.
He did.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like I say, he was trying to play exactly the way he felt that Muddy would like for him to play.
Yep.
In fact, all the guys, Garth played some fantastic blues accordion, like I've never heard in life.
I know.
And Muddy was very impressed. He had never seen the guys before in life until he walked in the session that day.
Yeah.
Outside of Butterfield, he had done some sessions with Paul, but Muddy was quite impressed with him.
Yeah, well, that album was it's a shame because it's not even in print any longer.
Yeah, but it probably will be soon because Marshall Chess is back with that label.
Is he?
And yeah, he's not with the Stones anymore, and they may re-release some of that stuff, and I'm certain that he'll run across that, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. That was
In
great.
fact, I'm going to remind him of it. I know him, you know, like after they get it all together over there with Joe Robbins.